In a world full of boring marketing misfits, get ready for the ride of your life with Dean Holland in The Drive.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to another episode of The Drive. You know what I was just thinking about? is how, as humans, we tend to want to learn everything about something. It's like, if I look back to certain times in my life and certain times in my business, like I realized one of my mistakes was to trying to know it all, right? To try and learn everything there is about something. And what I realize now, years on, where my business is at today, is you don't need to know everything for where you're at right now. You just need to know enough. So let me give you an example of this, right? Let's just say, I don't know, let's just say I like pizza. Okay, so I could buy a pizza and eat that pizza and enjoy it. Do I need to know how to make the dough? No, right? I just needed to know that I liked pizza in that instance. Now, that's not the greatest example, so let me think of a few more. Let's just say, how many times did you walk into your bedroom late at night? You're going to bed, you've shut off all the lights, it's dark, so you flick on the light when you walk in the room so you can see, and now the lights come on, right, and you can see. Now this just happens naturally, right? You walk into a dark room, you flick on the light. Do you need to understand how electricity works? Do you need to understand how that electricity is in that room, how when you flick that switch the whole thing's working, how that electricity is being delivered to your property? No. You just know that I want the light to come on, I flick that switch, that's it, right? All you needed to know was how to flick that switch, how to turn on that light. You didn't need to know anything else. So when you think about things in that way, if your business right now is at ground zero, meaning you're not making any money each month, all you need to do is learn enough to take that next step forwards. Okay, let's just say if your goal was to get to $10,000 a month, you don't need yet to know what to do to get to 10 grand a month. You need to know what to do to make that first $1,000, okay, or that first sale, or that first $100. Then when you're there, then it's like, okay, I'm making $1,000 a month. What do I now need to know to take me to $2,000 a month or $5,000 a month? And then when you're there, what do I need to know to take my business to $10,000 a month? Does that make sense? And so I see that this is actually a vast mistake that so many people are making, because everybody gets stuck, or a lot of people get stuck in like what I would call the learning zone. So they would continually think, I don't know enough yet to do that, I don't know enough to take action. Right? You only have to know and learn enough to take that next step. You know, for example, here's a prime example of me many years ago when I was first learning how to set up a blog. Right? When I was first setting up my blog at deanholland.com, I didn't know, first of all, what a blog was. Okay, so I had to just learn what is a blog. Oh, now I know what a blog is. Okay, so how do I install a blog? So then I had to watch tutorials. Now, did I just watch a 10-minute tutorial and then magic, I went away and did it? No. What I had to do was watch 30 seconds, pause it, and then implement. So I didn't know what was going to happen in 5 minutes time. I just knew what was happening for that next 30 seconds. Then I could implement it. I just had to know enough to take that next small step forwards. And I would suggest for you in your business, particularly if you're in those earlier stages, that if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, if you find yourself a bit lost, a bit confused, not sure, uncertain about what it is that you're doing, then I would suggest that it's probably because you're trying to learn too much. Okay? So, two pieces of advice. Number one, commit yourself to one thing. And number two, only focus on learning enough to take that one step forwards. And when you've done that, then you can learn another piece, right? Don't fall into the trap of thinking, in order to take action, in order to see progress, in order to take that first step, that you need to learn everything about a given subject. Because the reality is this, there is a very minimal chance of you ever knowing everything there is to know about something. Okay, so think about that. If you are trying to learn everything, chances are you're chasing your tail and it'll never happen. So I hope you don't mind me sharing that. That was just something I was thinking about last night and this morning, about how a lot of people fall into that situation of trying to learn it all and never therefore actually implementing and never therefore actually moving forwards in their business. So with that said, we are here at Internet Profits HQ. Time to head in and crush out the goals. So with that said, thank you for joining me on this journey. And this was another episode of The Drive. Talk to you soon.